Nobody wants this. Tilly Norwood to lead new movie Misaligned, marking feature debut for AI actor. And I really appreciate that they put that in quotations because no. Misaligned, announced by Particle 6, the AI-focused studio behind Norwood, is described as a comedy drama telling a coming-of-age story infused with existential AI chaos. Set inside the so-called Tillyverse, a surreal digital world located somewhere up in the cloud, the film will follow Tilly, an AI being with no real body, no childhood, and no lived experience of her own, only access to everyone else's. Things spiral when a seductive rogue bot from the dark web convinces her to abandon her guardrails and begin developing desires, impulses, and ambitions, making her more human. Now here's my take on that synopsis. I do not support the usage of AI performers whatsoever. I don't care how much money it saves your production because you're shooting your project in the foot. Nobody wants to see an AI-generated actor. When I watch TV or film, I want to see a human that has put the groveling work into perfect their craft and emotion that comes from real lived experience. However, this film is using an AI-generated actor to tell the story of an AI-generated being with no lived human experience. So that kind of makes sense, but regardless, it could have been portrayed by a human like we've seen in movies like Ex Machina, Megan, even Her. Ultimately, there's never a need for an AI actor. Which brings me back to 2023 when the SAG-AFTRA union went on a 118-day strike against Hollywood studios primarily to establish strict regulations against the unregulated use of AI. Actors were concerned that studios would train generative AI to digitally replace their faces, voices, and performances without their consent or fair compensation. And after the union came to an agreement with the studios that they need explicit permission in order to generate an actor's likeness, they basically just said, okay, we don't need you, we'll just make our own performers. However, Tom Holland had a very great take on this recently. He said, creativity is safe from AI because creativity has to do with the human experience. It's about emotions. It's about understanding one another. AI can sift through data, but it can't understand people's emotions. It doesn't understand the difference between being happy and being sad. The way artists paint, it's not about what they're copying, it's about expressing themselves. So no matter how hard these studios try to push AI performers, they will never be able to encapsulate what a real human being can. And hopefully with that, they will learn that they're hindering their own project success by cutting corners for using AI actors versus real.